our four pledges to make Tampines better together with you. 1. Building stronger communities. We will champion more inclusive spaces for our seniors, for our youth, for every resident. Let's make every block feel like home. 2. Responsive services. Let's make town management more responsive. Quicker updates, co-creating solutions, cleaner, greener spaces, because you deserve it. 3. Creating wellness that matters. Mental wellness is not a luxury. It is a necessity. Let's bring the kampong spirit into Tampines. Let's build neighborhoods where people feel safe, listened to, and cared for. 4. Being a listening leader. We don't believe in talking at people. We believe in listening to people. Your voice will shape how we serve. Your feedback will guide our actions. Make no doubts about this. We are not here to argue or attack. We are here to offer ideas, fresh thinking, balanced perspectives. That's what the Workers' Party stands for. We don't just check the government, we help build this country.
Everybody's raising now.
By bringing new voices into the conversation, voices like yours. Residents of Tampines, you deserve more than a vote. You deserve a voice. You deserve a seat at the parliamentary table. You deserve a future you help shape. And we are ready to work with you to build that future. A future where every child has a chance. A future where every senior feels safe and connected. Proud to call this place my fellow Singaporeans. Singapore has come far. Let's break further with kindness, with courage, with balance. Residents of Tampines, make your vote count. Vote for partnership. Vote for possibilities. Vote for the Workers' Party, who is always working for you, working for Tampines, and working for Singapore. Thank you. Together with Faisal, Eileen, Jimmy, and Michael, we are ready to listen, serve, and fight for you. And building an inclusive, fair, happy, and a better Tampines and Singapore is what my team stands for. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Ong. Now, 江南四大才子 we come to the 江南四大才子之首了。This person 5 years back asked you not to give PAP a blank check. You did exactly that, Singapore. He is James. Very nice. James on stage now. Thank you.
Let me start by telling you a story about the woman who raised my maternal grandmother between First and Second World Wars. And of her golden years, she had only known one ruling party, let alone her eldest grandchildren.
不过这是是真好的，民我就想。情况，但是我无相信 DAP 会使做会到了。我参加工人党，是因为我用我的知识来建立一个国家美好的新加坡。
Yes, Gerald, for the very rousing speech. I think Gerald is right. We don't fight with the PAP. We will fight the aggressor, but in parliament, we will defend your rights. Now, next, we have a very special speaker. 这个调手难过。爱听调手的演讲。Now may we invite candidate for Hougang GRC, Louis Chua, 蔡清威。
政府署为案啦，会，但是你相信业绩咧，政府经济强起，咱新加坡人嘅收入嘛是，但是颜色是咱拢都会知影，是问题咱。每年60%，咱社會這個大嘅，每年呢個規例咧，每年間有70%嘅支出，所以咧，伊比政府大概會，啲人是家庭是傾心，是嘅。啲政府啊會簡單交代，啲啊99年後，讓政府署交起，政府署是工資嘛會大，呢種50萬還是80萬嘅政府署，只會咧是工資嘛會大，就先叫做。所以呢，無論是房地產嘅問題、醫療保險嘅問題，還是生活成本嘅問題，我哋工人黨喺國會為您講嘅，為您想辦法。5月3號，為咗咱新加坡人，為咗咱嘅黨一票，感謝大家。
感謝蔡清威。
Good evening. Assalamualaikum. This is you want you, okay? 大家晚上好。Hello Singaporeans, thank you so much for attending the rallies for the past holiday, regardless of the erratic weather conditions. Tonight, they have been very kind to us, give us a very Rule 9. Right? Okay, since the first day of campaigning on the day, which is the last day, we ask voters to yes, decide who to vote. And they need some clarity on the number of voters. Address some of the issues within the community. Among these concerns are municipal matters and projects. 1, 2, community or grassroots activities, and 3, what Darren mentioned earlier about vote secrecy. Fellow Singaporeans, on municipal matters, GE-2025 members to ask what are our plans for the future town, and secondly, what will happen to the future town plans that were shared by the government. They ask, will it be not executed or aborted? On the plan that has been shared by the incumbents, for me and my team members, the first thing that we need to do is to review, to see whether there's a need to implement the plans that have been shared, and if necessary, we may need to tweak or change. And if we deem everything is okay, we will proceed with the plans. Frankly, being a responsible citizen of their needs. However, what I can assure the residents of the village as well as the other contest, we have the expertise and experiences of running town councils. Fellow Singaporeans, WP had managed Hougang for 34 years. Arjunit, how many years? 14 years. And Sengkang, how many years? 5 years. And many more good years to come. Personally, I've been an elected town councillor of the HTC for 14 years and had assumed the HTC chairmanship for 3 years from 2018 to 2021. I would also like to share and highlight that both Adelaide, Hougang and Sengkang, where we got green pending for all the candidates for year 2024, as well for the past few years, and this includes estate cleanliness, estate management. On the promised project by the incumbent, where some it belongs to the government agencies such as LTA and Parks and HDB, there is no reason for not continuing with these projects, as these agencies are public agencies and their projects are to benefit residents across Singapore, regardless of whether the town is under the management of whichever political parties. If elected, we will continue to work with the relevant government agencies to ensure the continuity in executing these projects that has been announced. Fellow Singaporeans, as mentioned earlier, grassroots community programs and events is the other concern. Will the residents be affected? Recently, one ruling party candidate tried his best to explain and convince the public that 1 + 1 may not be equal to 2. 1 + 1, what's the answer? But this particular PP candidate mentioned that may not be 2. Yeah. Okay, this was said in the context of if residents of the constituency voted in an opposition candidate, they may or may not be able to benefit
the services of the ruling party candidate. I disagree with this statement. In this context, my mathematical calculation is, if a WP candidate is voted in as an MP for constituency, the calculation instead will be 1 plus 1 plus 1 is equal to, yes, 3. Okay, let me explain. Let me explain by citing the real example of how residents and opposition ward benefited from 3 entities of parties serving them. In my country, Phuket ward of Kaltuni GRC, myself as MP, even though it's limited, I will do my best. I've done my best to bring partners, NGOs, companies with their CSR, WOs, individuals or private group donors to bless my residents with food rations, household items, and other needs. So this is one party which is me. Again, I bring benefits to the residents of Kaki Bukit. The People Association in the form of Kaki Bukit Community Club, the resident committees or RCs also organize programs and provide various assistance schemes for Kaki Bukit residents. So, 2 entities, me and PA, right, serving the residents of Kaki Bukit. 2. 1 plus 1 equal to? Okay, one kali. And the third one, the Kaki Bukit PAP branch also renders assistance to the residents in the attempt to win over the hearts of Kaki Bukit residents, but they fail to win their hearts. Right? Because they've been there for 14 years. This is how fortunate residents would live in the Workers' Party held constituency. Everybody is competing. Workers' Party MP, PA and PAP are competing to serve the residents. Voted the Workers' Party to be their voices in Parliament, and at the same time, they are being served on the ground again by the WP, PAP and People Association. So apart from us, we voted in to be the voice in Parliament, the Kaki Bukit residents are being served by WP, PAP and PA on the ground. So total how many? Better or not? Because living the PAP constituency, how many people are serving them? Huh? Let's be fair to them lah. Two. Okay, two. Let's be fair. Yes. Fine now. Okay, apart from being served by 3 entities, as mentioned just now, Kaki Bukit residents also enjoy double events for festive celebration. 2 Hari Raya events, 2 Christmas parties, 2 traditional dinners, 2 Deepavali events. Show up! Okay, first cycle. I will be there for now. I'll be moving to terminus very soon. And okay, due to this privilege and family, the alternate, especially the Kaki Bukit constituents, for the last 2 general elections, refused to repent. They refused to repent and continue to vote for the Workers' Party. Why don't they need to repent? Because instead of getting 2, they got 3. Pardon for my language. Okay, the third issue is about vote secrecy, which I believe earlier General has explained and touched on, because it's very important. Okay, so unfortunately, there are still several Singaporeans who was still concerned about their vote is secret or not. What do you think? Is their vote secret? Is their vote secret? Okay, to those who still have such concerns, I'm here to assure you that your vote is indeed secret. No need to fear. Remove the fear from your heart. If you don't believe me, you can ask the residents of Hougang. 34 years under WP. Unit, how many years? 14 years. Central, how many years? Can ask them whether they ever been penalized for voting for the Workers' Party. No, right? Okay, for those who have yet to decide which political party to vote, I have one advice for you. My advice is, when you are about to put a cross on the ballot paper on the page, close your eyes and focus on your heart. Let your heart direct you to where to place the X. And the saying goes, our heart never lie. Yes? Our heart never lie, right? Yeah. Especially when one is sincere and genuine to wanting to achieve happiness, prosperity, and progress for our nation. Fellow Singaporeans, come that day. I pick up my pen. My pen. Okay, sorry, I don't have a pen. The pen in your hand. And also there's a chalk lah. Okay. It's mightier. It's mightier than the sword. Where you place the cross, you decide your fate as well as the fate of your future generation. So when I use the pen on top, it's mightier than the sword. Right? As you see, I'm sweating quite a lot. Sweating on to end my speech quite soon. If not, I'm going to get dehydrated. Okay, finally, before I end my speech, I would like to give all of you one update. I would like to update on you what happened to me last Saturday, 5 days ago, where I shared about the tingling sensation that I had in my chest area. Just an update, another good news. The good news is the heat of campaigning and the warmth of the hugs, shoulder patting, handshakes, and best wishes from thousands of definitely RC residents had not only melted my heart, but also my body fans. Indeed, I've lost about 4 to 5 kilograms. A good weight loss program. I also believe that probably my cholesterol level also probably increased significantly. Again, my heartfelt thanks to you, all of the residents of Tampines CRC for turning me into a healthier person. I hope Tampines CRC residents can keep me and my teammates healthier by voting us so that we can work harder and harder and harder together in serving you. residents of the PSGRC, serving you for the next 5 years as your elected representative. Working for Singapore, and here my team work hard for 10 million GRC.
Thanks to myself. I can step out a bit because here all is sweat on the platform. You know where all the 5 kg goes to, right? Yeah. So before I invite the next speaker on stage, I would like to invite all of you to give a round of applause for all these amazing people that's behind me, that's willing to sacrifice their life, their time, their family time, to stand for Singapore, please. Why I'm doing that is because the next person I'm going to involve in the speech, he has been juggled between 3 different levels, be the chairman of the town council, and elected MP. But yet, they have done a very good job over the past 5 years. It's none other than her team.
Good evening, fellow Singaporeans. Thank you. As we reach the end of our campaign, I have been reflecting on what is important. I have been thinking about the work we've done in Parliament, in the Town Council, and in the neighborhood in Hougang. The last 5 years have been an incredible journey, one in which every day was a learning experience, a chance to discover more about the country we call home. I have also been thinking about the people who, regardless of the outcome in the areas that the WP protests in, will become the government once more when the votes are counted on polling day on Saturday. And the truth is, they are not our enemies. People who disagree with us are also our neighbors, our friends, our family members. But most importantly, they are also our fellow Singaporeans. They too want Singapore to succeed. Yet, which comes to shove, must feel free to challenge the PAP's view of how Singapore moves forward beyond our 60th year. Because this is our story, and we must write it together with you, with our fellow Singaporeans. Even before Parliament was dissolved, we heard the narrative of the world is changing and how uncertainty means we need a strong government in place. But we Singaporeans, we do not forget that just 5 years ago, a global pandemic hit. Then, we were confined to our homes. Businesses were forced to scramble to deal with border closures and supply chain disruptions. We held our general elections then amidst that uncertainty. And Singaporeans made their voices clear at the ballot box. Singaporeans voted for a loyal, responsible opposition to be elected into parliament to make sure that our voices were heard. The Workers' Party's record speaks for itself. Even with a pandemic raging, we stood up before the government to scrutinize their policies. Where the policies put before us moved Singapore forward, we supported them. And where we saw room for change, where we believed we were moving in the wrong direction, we spoke out. So when the world changes, we must know. Every morning, we wake up to a new day with new challenges that we do not fear waking up. Because when we apply our strength, when we work hard, we can overcome. And this is our promise to you, that when that next challenge comes, the Workers' Party will step up. If elected into Parliament again, we will not stay seated when there are tough questions to be asked. We will not remain sitting and vote with the PAP when we are moving in the wrong direction. But we could not have gotten this far with the volunteers that we have with us. This tireless team who lift us up when times are hard, who pitch in and give up their family lives and free time, and who stick with us through the crazy ups and downs, who stick with us even when there are no rewards, but then beyond knowing that we together are the village who helps keep each other going. And for that, I would like everyone to join us in thanking our incredible team behind us. I would like to close with a more personal note. Through the last 9 days of the campaign, children have asked so many questions about why my work is so busy now. They want to know what it is that I am working for. And even when I hug them tight before I leave the house, or I creep back into the room in the dark at night, afraid to wake them up, I whisper to them that I am doing this because I want my part, write our story, Singapore they will inherit. Those that came before us and landed on these shores also face an uncertain future. Many of them, like my grandparents, came here seeking a better life, a better future for themselves and their children. They did not know what awaited them, the uncertainties that they would face. My grandparents, like so many of our pioneers that paved the path before us decided to be brave and write their story. They got on that rocky boat and journeyed off to the unknown. They came here to create a future for themselves, for their children. Well, they probably did not think about it at that time. They came here to write a story for me. And we too, like the pioneers that came before us, we too can decide to write our story. Our story can be one where my colleagues and I in the Workers' Party will continue to make the PAP work harder for Singapore. It will be a story that even when the going gets tough, we will not sit behind our vouchers and not speak out. So come, 3rd of May, join us to write the next chapter of Singapore's story together. Come 3rd of May, let us write this story. It is our story. We'll write it with love. We will write it with hope. We will write it together, working for our Singapore. Thank you.
Thanks, Zero. Before I invite may I just ask everyone just one step forward, just one step, especially those who are behind. There are still a lot of people behind us waiting. Just one step， 请你们往前试图走一步，谢谢，谢谢大家。Next speaker, I don't know how he got here. I almost see him in the estate, working the estate on a daily basis. This is one of the most hardworking men I've seen in the Workers' Party. What's his name? You all know him. This is none other than the candidate for Hougang SMC, Mr. Paris Tan.
Dear voters of Hougang SMC and fellow Singaporeans, a very good evening to all of you. This is Hougang, and Hougang welcomes all of you. I am Dennis Tan, a candidate for Hougang SMC, serving you in Hougang for the past 5 years. Let me start by speaking in Malay. Oh, very good, please bear with me. Para penduduk sekalian, ribuan terima kasih saya ucapkan ke atas sokongan Anda selama ini. Sekiranya ada kekurangan saya dalam menjalankan tugas sebagai anggota parlimen Anda, saya mohon maaf dari hujung rambut ke hujung kaki. Saya berjanji akan terus berbakti kepada Anda seandainya saya dilantik sekali lagi. Terima kasih. Hougang tugas kami, bangsa Taipei, ekonomi Taipei. 破坏在基地，这几年来，我着移民介绍大生活时代崩溃，但 GST 的影响。呢台 GST 直下降100個ปี呢話在相較之下，高升嘛那40%。GST 落敗，政府嘅 EDC 保障加 GST 保障。要社交咩？唔夠喎！好，我哋咩？我哋等等，到個會，但係呢個反對 GST， 但是我哋等議員要答會。我希望大家到加拿大嘅大聽到加拿大好雙人，結果會。I think there's you over there. Pause for a while. We have time tonight. Everybody. This gives space. We need you. This gives space. Wish our friend well. Còn nhé, đồ số tổ hộ hộ anh em đồ Hougang Okay, let me continue. 亲爱的后港选民，大家好。小弟是工人党在后港的候选人。今晚我先想和大家分享我们安云后港市政会在过去5年的一些成绩，以及未来5年的计划。和大家一样，过去5年市政会也面临着全面性的成本上升，但尽管面临这些挑战，市政会始终保持着良好的财务状况。在国家发展部公布的市政会管理报告，是我们安云后港市政会连续3年在管理和运营方面都获得了全绿色评级。在这里，我想向所有安云后港居民表示衷心的感激市政的配合和关爱。展望未来，如果您再次给予我们服务的机会，
我们还有更多的计划要落实。市政会计划新增或翻新17个有盖走廊、24个上下车点，以及22个游乐场和健身角落。市政会还将更换130具电梯或提升另外659具电梯。同时，我们也会继续增设无障碍通道、斜坡和楼梯扶手，让市政变得更安全、更便利。无论是对年轻家庭、乐龄人士或是残障人士来说，在日常生活上提供更大的便利。亲爱的后港选民，感谢大家这5年来给我的信任、支持与爱护。我能在后港为大家服务，聆听你们的声音，我感到十分荣幸。你们的热情与反馈，也是我持续努力的最大动力。谢谢。过去5年，我们在后港区展开了许多翻新和提升工作，例如在后港2、3、5和7项的邻里翻新计划，增建不少有盖走廊、有盖上下车点、游乐场和健身角落。目前我们也在筹备为后港中央展开邻里翻新计划。接下来5年，我期待继续推动这些提新计划，让我们的居住环境更舒适、更美好。我们最近刚完成从大概365B 到334的有盖走廊，我们也希望下半年能开始扩建从前面704座现有的有盖走廊，直通到这间出席学院的外面的车站。各位后港选民，您手上的一票至关重要。我相信后港选民自1991年以来非常了解，有一个更平衡的国会能带来更好的政策，也更贴近人民的政府。我恳请我们亲爱的后港选民能继续支持工人党，让我们继续为民服务，为民效劳。Dear residents of Hougang, I would like to thank all of you, my dear Hougang residents, Hougang, for the huge support you have given me over the past 5 years. It is indeed a great privilege and honor to serve and work alongside our Hougang residents. Many of you have been very kind to me. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. In the past 5 years, I have tried to be on the ground every day. I have tried. I have spent time talking to many of you in the coffee shop, in your void decks. I have taken time to do house visits in our HDB blocks and in our private estates immediately after the last general election. I have met and spoken to many of you, got to know many of you, and talked to me. Thank you. For our condo residents, I have tried to make myself available to all your condo management councils. If they need any advice or assistance, they can contact me. I am in touch with the management councils for the majority of the condos in Hougang and have visited many of the condos. For the remaining condos, if re-elected, I remain available to your management councils and residents. And I hope to visit you in your condo if your management allow me to. So ask your management. I would also like to thank our Hougang residents for your feedback every day. Many of you spoke to me in my daily walks around Hougang. You have called, WhatsApp, and emailed me. Your feedback and cooperation enable me and our town council team to work closely with you, our residents, to keep our estate clean and clean. I'm very sorry for the times when our services may not live up to the satisfaction of some of you. But I believe there will always be room for improvement. I always tell my team in the town council, we must always learn from our experience, do our best, and continue to improve. Hougang residents, over the past 5 years, many of you have sent feedback to me on many important policy issues, such as cost of living, healthcare costs and subsidy, challenges during COVID, employment issues, housing issues, so on and so forth. Your feedback allow me to convey, allow me to carry your voice for these issues in Parliament. In fact, I have also had the chance to voice some of the municipal feedback from you in Parliament, such as improving bus service 112, lifts for overhead bridges, lift upgrading programs for flats without same floor access, something I'm not happy about. And your concerns with preserving the nice, lovely green spaces behind the Serangoon Park connector along Hougang Avenue 7. I have asked the government to try to preserve as much of the green spaces as possible, and I will continue to do so. Thank you very much for your feedback. They are very important to me. It helps me in my role to represent you and carry your voice to Parliament. If re-elected, I will continue to press the government authorities for increasing the number of trips during off-peak hours for bus 112. Off-peak hours because our school children, when they finish school, that is considered non-off-peak for the bus services for LTA. Just for example. And I will continue to ask for additional service to fly Hougang Avenue 7. Dear residents, when I took over from Mr. Pang Ying 5 years ago, our Hougang HDB estate was already busy with different upgrading programs. In the past 5 years, upgrading and improvement projects have continued non-stop. For example, neighborhood renewal programs or repaint and redecoration programs have been carried out in our HDB precincts at Hougang Avenue 2, 3, 5, and 7. There were also home improvement projects by HDB. Such projects will continue in other precincts in the next term. Many shelter drop-offs and walkways have been built along with playgrounds and fitness stations. We have carefully planned and built an extended shelter network stretching from Tampines Road to the junction of Avenue 7 and Avenue 8 opposite Nativity Church. The Town Council and I have also started with our consultant on the neighborhood renewal project for Hougang Central. I'm so excited with the plans which include shelter drop-off, new playgrounds, and sheltered walkways. I hope to personally ensure and see the plans coming to fruition for our dear Hougang Central residents. We will continue to draw on CRTC funding for further improvements. Recent projects included the newly opened walkway from Block 334 to Block 365B, Hougang Meadow, enabling our residents from the older and the newer part of the estate to visit both sites and use the amenities. The extension, there is also the extension of the tower walkway from Block 704 over there to the bus stop along the main road, Upper Serangoon Road outside this junior college. There is more work to be done, and I hope Hougang residents will give your vote to me to continue to serve you in Hougang. A few days ago, a resident reminded me that Hougang must remain the beacon of democracy in Singapore. Something I have said in the last general election. It is an important reminder, not just to Hougang, but to the rest of Singapore. Another young resident spoke to me during my house visit a few days ago, and he said that he'll continue to vote for the Workers' Party to keep the government on control, so that they will work harder for Singaporeans, for all of you, all of us. It's amazing that a resident reminds me of this. So I always do salute our Hougang residents. Indeed, since 1991, many Hougang residents understand more than anyone else in Singapore the need for alternative voice in Parliament. With the greatest respect to my opponent, one more PAP MP in Parliament will not make a difference. I and my fellow WP MP, Workers' Party MP, voted against the GST increase in 2022, which subsequently contributed to the spiraling cost of living increases in Singapore. What did the PAP MPs do? They supported the GST increase. Remember that, all of you, right, from Tampines, East Coast, from Punggol, from Jalan Kayu, from all over Singapore. Remember that when you cast your vote on 3rd of May. Think about that. Last few years, all the cost of living increases. Think about that. They all voted for the GST increase, PAP. Fellow Singaporeans, at such a time like this, with global uncertainties and challenges, it is even more important for us to have more heads with different ideas in Parliament, rather than having one team speaking from the same script, singing the same song. Workers' Party MPs were outnumbered 1:9 in the last Parliament. But to better scrutinize the government, we need more Workers' Party MPs, not fewer. We can afford Esto es never más. He can only do so much. He needs more Workers' Party and peace in Parliament. Scrutinize the government. The Workers' Party and I are privileged to have served Hougang residents since 1991. And I hope that Hougang residents will continue to give the Workers' Party strong support for us to continue working for you and speaking up for you for the next 5 years. So on May the 3rd, vote for the Workers' Party, working for all.
Now, I'm starting to enjoy my job. You call the yellow card and red card. The next speaker, I just use 4 words to describe her. 雨冬豪杰. May I invite the candidate for our GE-2025, Miss Sylvia Lim.
Good evening, dear residents of Hougang, 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 East Coast, Tampines, Hougang, and last but not least, Hougang and alternate. Thank you for coming to our final rally of this campaign. Before I make my speech, I would like to say a big thank you to a group of people that have ensured that these elections and rallies proceed in an orderly manner. Our men and women in blue. They probably haven't had much sleep and been on their feet for long hours. Thank you very much. Woman in blue. And today, 30 years later, I'm still a woman in blue. Please let me address our alternate voters in Chinese before continuing in English. 亲爱的爱尼提选区的选民，感谢你们在过去14年让我们有机会在国会中成为您的代议士，为你们提问尖锐而敏感的切身问题。阿育尼后港市政理事会已经从风雨中走出困境，也得到国家发展部的最高评价。这些年，我们也改进了邻里的许多设施。在未来的5年，我们会继续改善您的居家生活环境。我们过去如有做得不足的地方，请大家多多包容和见谅。我们会不断改进，做得更好。 感谢大家过去10年中和我们分享你们在生活中的酸甜苦辣，让我们受益。你们送上亲手特制的贺卡和满满的祝福，为我带来阵阵的暖意。再次谢谢你们的关爱。长江后浪推前浪，工人党不断引进新人，让团队更加壮大。这次的大选，埃尼集选区就有2个新人，他们是45岁的范丽，他是一名律师。另一位是36岁的张文杰，从事人工智能行业。工人党在国会中会坚守岗位，为国效劳。5月3号，恳请大家投工人党一票，让我们共同建设一个更民主的新加坡，迈向世界第1国会。谢谢大家。Dear voters of our unit GRC, I began this journey with you more than 20 years ago, visiting your homes to get to know you better. Contested in our unit 19 years ago in 2006. We did not win, but you gave us nearly 44% of the vote, enough for me to get into Parliament as a non-constituency MP. In Parliament, I worked hard with Mr. Lau Yang to represent your concerns. Then 5 years later, in 2011, you took a leap of faith with the Workers' Party and sent a whole GRC of 5 more MPs into Parliament. In this campaign, the PAP leaders have been telling voters that if they lose a few ministers, Singapore will be weakened. But our unit voters have heard all this before. Back in 2011, Mr. Lee Kuan Yew compared the PAP team with the Workers' Party team. On the PAP side, there was George Yeo, Lim Hui Hua, Zainal Abidin, Hong Yi Kang, and Cynthia Hua. And on the Workers' Party team, we had Mr. Lau Yang, myself, Chen Xiu Mao, Faisal Manak, and Pratam Singh. Mr. Lee talked up the PAP team as too important to lose 2 ministers, a future Speaker of Parliament, a future minister, and the best grassroots leader. Whereas he said the Workers' Party team only had 1 MP, 1 NCMP, a celebrity, and 2 unknowns. He even warned our unit voters that if they voted in the WP team, they would have the next 5 years to repent. But since the PAP lost our unit, has Singapore been weakened?
what? One of the Workers' Party's unknowns is now the leader of the opposition. One vote, but together, our votes can chart the future. Over the years, we have done our best not to let you down. We have worked hard in Parliament. In the last 5 years, Workers' Party MPs in alternate Hougang and Sengkang together filed more than 2,700 parliamentary questions. We filed motions and adjournment motions on many topics, including reducing the cost of living, housing needs and prices, healthcare, fairer treatment of scam victims, women empowerment, sporting success, and more. On the estate side, the alternate Hougang Town Council has been doing well. They have made improvements to facilities, added covered laneways and bumper points, and refreshed the estate. We have sent to our HDB residents our 5-year plan. We will continue to improve. On a personal level, we in the alternate team have gotten to know our residents over the past 14 years. Just as we care for you, you have also shown your care for us. Recently, when you heard about my marriage, you made greeting cards and mementos to wish my husband and I well. And on a lighter note, some of you even offered me the traditional Chinese blessing, 好生贵, which means, may you have a baby soon. As the Koreans would say, 사랑해. The Workers' Party asks you to vote with hope, not fear. And in line with hope, we are bringing in new blood into the alternate team. First, we have Fadli Fauzi, a 45-year-old lawyer and father of a toddler. And we also have Helen Young, a 36-year-old father of 2, with an intense interest in technology and AI. We must renew for the future of the Workers' Party and for Singapore. Of course, I shall miss my dear adik Faisal Mana. But this election, he has an important mission to lead in the neighboring Tampines PRC. Tonight, let's make a promise, not just to each other, but to Singapore, that come Saturday, we will vote not out of fear, but with conviction and hope for the future that we deserve. That years from now, we can proudly say that we stood up and worked for Singapore as we pass the baton to the next generation. My friends, may we wake up on Sunday morning to clear blue sky. Votes for the Workers' Party.
Now, today's speaker don't need much introduction. It's the man himself, Mr. Break Time Stage.
Thank you. There's no better feeling than being here in Hougang. Good evening, my fellow Singaporeans. Tonight, I will address a few points raised by the PAP during this election campaign. First, the PAP makes the argument that a vote for the opposition weakens the PAP government when it negotiates internationally. Second, the PAP says more opposition MPs will make life difficult for Lawrence Wong and the PAP government in managing Singapore. Number three, the PAP says that in a time of crisis, if you don't elect ministers like Mr. Gan Kim Yong and all the current and potential ministers, we are in big trouble. Number four, Lawrence Wong says the opposition is here to stay. Number five, he tells voters not to give the opposition a free pass. Now, let me do a reality check on each of these points. These reality checks, they give you a good reason to vote for the Workers' Party come 3rd of May. Let me address the first point. Lawrence Wong asks for a strong mandate. He says a weakened mandate would make it harder for the PAP to represent Singaporeans' interests internationally. His foreign counterparts will size up the PAP ministers when they negotiate, and only if the PAP has a clear mandate can they represent Singapore confidently. By strong mandate, the PAP means at least 90% of the fully elected seats, but preferably 100%. So here is reality check number one. Even if every Workers' Party candidate enters Parliament, and that is a very big if, the PAP will still have 71 out of 97 seats. And that is 73%. Does the PAP really believe that foreign leaders of democratic countries who meet Prime Minister Lawrence Wong will think, oh, the Singapore Prime Minister only won 73% of the seats. So lousy. He must come from a lousy school. Do you actually think the foreign leaders will say this? Only the PAP says such things and think like this. Let me tell you, foreign leaders of democracies would give their right arm and right leg for 73% of the seats in Parliament. They would say 73% is a fantastic result. But they would also say that politics in Singapore is stable, and more than being an advanced economy, Singapore is finally beginning to look like the participatory democracy promised decades ago by then Prime Minister Mr. Goh Chok Tong. My second point is on PM Lawrence Wong saying that voting in more opposition weakens the PAP in governing Singapore. No, reality check number 2. Once the PAP forms government, it can pursue its full agenda. Winning a majority of the seats would allow the PAP to pass all the bills that it wants. And just 65 seats will give the PAP a 2/3 majority. With that, the PAP will be able to amend almost any part of the constitution, even if the opposition disagrees. They have been doing that all these years. For example, in creating the reserve presidency. And the reality is this: the PAP will win 65 or more seats easily. How do I know this? I don't have a crystal ball, but my first degree from NUS was in history. So let's look at history. The GRC system started in 1988. It took 18 years for the PAP to lose one GRC in 2011. It took another 2 elections to lose one more in 2020. It is extremely difficult for any opposition party to win a GRC or an SMC. That's a fact. And even if the Workers' Party wins a few more seats, the PAP government will not be weakened. Let's look at history again. Before 1980, there were fewer than 70 PAP MPs in Parliament. Yet, the PAP had more than enough people from which to find outstanding 1G ministers. Mr. Lee Kuan Yew had far fewer people to choose from than PM Lawrence Wong has. If the PAP wins 71 out of 97 seats, PM Wong saying that he cannot find enough good people to fill his cabinet? Is he telling us that the caliber of his PAP MPs is very low? And let me add one more important reason why having more WP MPs will not weaken the government. We do not oppose for the sake of opposing. If the laws are in Singapore's interest, we will vote with the government as we have done so. Everyone here knows the Workers' Party MPs are rational and responsible. So I call on the voters to elect all the WP candidates. Even if all our candidates are elected, the PAP will still have more than 2/3 of the seats. Vote for us and we will work for you in your estate and in Parliament. Now, during this campaign, I believe 2 former army generals, one in East Coast GRC and one in Tampines, alluded to the point that the opposition just talked and talked and talked. I was quite surprised when I heard this. So why do I say so? Now, around this time last year, before Mr. Lee Hsien Loong handed over power to Mr. Lawrence Wong, he gave an extended interview to the mainstream media, various mainstream media outlets. In his exchange with Lian He Zhao Bao, there was a segment that contrasted talk and action. Zhao Bao asked Mr. Lee Hsien Loong, why do you say that communication skills are so important? In the past, or all along, the PAP would say less and do more. But now, you mentioned the content of speeches, how to express it well. Why are they important? Mr. Lee Hsien Loong replied, we used to say less and do more. But the former Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew, his speeches were very effective. Through his speeches, he mobilized the entire country and led it on many paths. So it is not possible to say that speeches are unimportant. My fellow Singaporeans, it is in the nature of a parliamentary democracy that all of us do not just have to attend Parliament faithfully, we have to speak up for Singaporeans. The opposition makes its contribution by checking the government of the day, the same thing Mr. Lee Kuan Yew did when he was in opposition after 1955. In fact, Mr. Lee Kuan Yew would even walk out of Parliament along with his MPs to make a political point. As an opposition MP, he could not be a man of action in terms of executing policies at that point because his main job was to be a loyal opposition. But in Parliament, Mr. Lee Kuan Yew talked and talked and talked. So I would ask the PNP candidates, have a care for our political system. It is designed to represent all Singaporeans. And the Workers' Party has to step up for them. And 2 days ago, Mr. Chan Chun Sing said that this election campaign should be about focusing on the core issues. Unlike the PNP, the Workers' Party has put out a manifesto with concrete proposals, actionable items for Singaporeans to understand our general election agenda, not mere motherhood statements, but for the whole campaign. On housing, for example, no PNP candidate wanted to talk substantively during the rallies about lease decay. No PNP candidates wanted to engage the issue of how land for public housing is valued with a view to explore the prospects of housing affordability. No PNP candidate wanted to substantively engage the issue of why GST had to be hiked during a global inflation storm and why it could not be delayed. Some of these were directly brought up during our rally speeches. Our manifesto and our solutions for Singapore were shared with the public well before nomination day. Why didn't the PNP engage on these core issues? Beyond advocating for a fairer and more just and thoughtful policy in Parliament, we have encapsulated our vision in our manifesto with concrete ideas that envision the type of Singapore we want for our people. So far from weakening Singapore, the Workers' Party will bring the voices of Singaporeans into government through Parliament. Now, my third point. Lawrence Wong says that in times of severe crisis, if you don't elect ministers like Gan Kim Yong and all his current and potential ministers, we are in big trouble. He says we risk our lives and future if we vote for the Workers' Party. Reality check number 3. It was Prime Minister Wong himself who moved Gan Kim Yong out of Choa Chu Kang when he had been there for 14 years. EPM Gan is new to the ground in Punggol. Prime Minister Wong said that the move was for leadership distribution. This does not make sense because Singapore is so small. We are not America, China, or even Malaysia. In 2020, Ng Chee Meng was moved from Pasir Ris Punggol to Sengkang GRC and he lost. To move a minister who you claim to be really important at election time is a risk. And it can be deemed reckless when you have other relatively favored constituencies to win in. And he knows exactly what I mean. So if DPM Gan is indispensable, then, if I may use PM Wong's own phrase, moving him was cavalier and irresponsible Senior Minister Lee Hsien Loong says, or he said at the rally, that voters should not play dangerous games and vote tactically. But it looks like Prime Minister Wong is the one playing dangerous tactical games. From all of this, I can only draw two reasonable conclusions. First, moving DPM gun to Punggol was a tactical move to stop the Workers' Party from winning the GRC. I think this is obvious to everyone. Second, I believe that Lawrence Wong would not have risked Gan Kim Yong against the Workers' Party if he is indispensable. PM Wong must have been confident that he has enough talent even without DPM gun. There is no other reasonable conclusion. Now, if he is not confident that he has enough ministers, would he have allowed 4 ministers to retire? Would PM Wong have let Teo Chee Hean, Heng Swee Keat, Ng Eng Heng, Maliki Osman to step down if he was short of talent? 3 of these ministers are not just heavyweights, they are super heavyweights. If PM Wong truly believed there was a risk to Singapore's future, you could have asked one or more of them to stay on, just like PM Lee Hsien Loong or then PM Lee Hsien Loong remained as Prime Minister during COVID. But PM Wong let them go. These 4 ministers who retired are years younger than Senior Minister Lee Hsien Loong, who remains in cabinet. Without a single vote being cast, it was not the voters or the opposition parties, but Prime Minister Wong who removed 4 ministers. But now he says to the voters, don't vote out serving ministers. Voters and the media should ask him, is DPM gun truly indispensable? If so, why did you risk him and risk our future? Why didn't you keep him in Choa Chu Kang? Now, in my opinion, the real reason must be this. PM Wong knows that moving DPM gun was not risking Singapore's future. DPM gun is not indispensable. And that is the simple truth. No one is indispensable. If DPM gun is not re-elected, Singaporeans need not feel guilty. After all, you didn't put him at risk, the PMB did. And even if Gan Kim Yong is not elected, he can still serve Singapore. For example, just like previous ministers, he could be appointed chairman of a government-linked company. And if Mr. Gan has a good relationship with the US trade negotiator, there is no reason why he cannot continue to be Singapore's official negotiator or special envoy. To Americans and most countries in the world, winning and losing elections is normal. They are used to people losing elections and then representing the United States. Just look at Senator John Kerry or then President Jimmy Carter. Regardless of what the PAP would have you believe, the Americans will not care if Mr. Gan lost the election and is no longer DPM. The Americans and many other countries follow professional practice and they deal with the person who is officially appointed by the government. They will happily continue to deal with ex-DPM Gan. Voters of Punggol GRC, as our candidate in Punggol GRC, Alexis Dang Pei Yen, said in a rally speech, don't football for the same trick that was played on East Coast GRC in GE-2020. And to the voters in Tampines and East Coast, just like DPM gun can serve elsewhere, the same goes for Minister Masagos and Edwin Tong. Mr. Masagos has worked in senior positions in Singtel. He could easily become chairman of a GLC or an ambassador like ex-Minister Lui Tang Yew. Mr. Edwin Tong is a senior counsel. He could lead the Singapore Institute of Legal Education. Or he can join the Football Association of Singapore to fulfill his dream of bringing Singapore to the FIFA World Cup in 2034. My fourth point. Saying that the opposition is here to stay. He is trying to assure voters that the opposition will be elected. This is reality check number 4. The PNP wants to win all the parliamentaries. Teo Chee Hean personally walked the ground with the PNP Aljunied team and he said, and I quote, "We don't give up any constituency," unquote. Make no mistake, the PNP never gives up. Voters of Hougang, Sengkang, and all the other constituencies where the Workers' Party is contesting, we do not take your vote for granted. We must fight every single vote. Every single vote is precious for the Workers' Party. To the voters in Tampines, Changkat, East Coast, Punggol, Jalan Kayu, please do not assume that Aljunied, Hougang and Sengkang are in any way safe for the Workers' Party. There are never any safe seats for the opposition. Even Aljunied was the margin was a razor-thin 2%. Every single vote counts. So, make your vote count. The PNP is dominant and it always campaigns hard. Vote for the Workers' Party to create a more balanced political system. My fifth and final point is on Lawrence Wong's comment of don't give a free pass to the opposition. He said voters should apply the same standards to the PNP and opposition candidates. Oh, reality check number 5. The PNP created the GRC system. Since 1988, GRCs have protected dozens of new PNP MPs. For this election, a few PNP candidates never walked the ground until recently. Voters do not know them, but voters are expected to vote for them just because they are in a GRC with an anchor minister. That is what I call a free pass. By saying what he did, PM Lawrence Wong was treating us voters. But the last few elections have proven to the Workers' Party that Singaporean voters are savvy, thoughtful, and patriotic. Look at the percentages in previous elections. Singapore voters proved to be highly discerning and sophisticated. For example, better and more popular PNP candidates like Mr. Tharman, our president, got the highest percentages. When it came to the opposition parties, a range of different percentages depending on which opposition party you compare can be very significant. Voters of Singapore, the Workers' Party trusts your judgment. If you compare the current Workers' Party candidates to the PAP candidates, I believe you will agree that our batch of candidates is one of the best the Workers' Party has put up. And I would go one step further. The Workers' Party candidates offer all the PAP candidates do and more. These people behind me have come forward to run for the opposition, the Workers' Party. This proves that they are brave, they have guts, they have resilience. PAP candidates have nothing to lose when they run. Maybe they lose a little privacy. But what other risks do they take? Upon entering politics, PAP candidates and MPs certainly enhance their careers. In comparison, correct myself, it is not true that the Workers' Party candidates have nothing to gain. By standing as Workers' Party candidates, they acquire the privilege of standing up for Singaporeans for a more balanced political system and being counted. I trust that you are savvy, thoughtful and patriotic voters. When you assess the collective potential of these Workers' Party candidates before you today, in building a more balanced parliament, the choice is crystal clear. And most importantly, before you cast your vote in Alturin, in Hougang, in Sengkang, Jalan Kayu, Tampines Chankat, Tampines, East Coast and Punggol, remember this phrase. Workers' Party are a force for good. So, on the 3rd of May, vote for the Workers' Party, working for Singapore. And great honor to introduce someone up on the stage to join you. He was the former Member of Parliament for Hougang, former Member of Parliament for Alturin, former Secretary General of the Workers' Party, Mr. Lau Jie-Kian. We have come to the close of a very long campaign. It started 5 years ago. And in the tradition of the Workers' Party, we always end the last rally with the pledge. So, without further ado, let me invite the candidate for Tampines DRC, Mr. Michael Thum, to lead us in the pledge.
We, the citizens of Singapore, pledge ourselves as one united people, regardless of race, language, or progress for our nation. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Please take your way home safely. Thank you for all your support this entire election. And remember, on May the 3rd to vote the Workers' Party.
Okay. Thank you. Dear Singaporeans, come to the end of the rally. Please safely look out for anyone. Pick up.
那边记不起来了，他是我另外不是什么忘记，我是用那个他的
我死咗啊！不如有逼我啦。
There's no difference. You're very clear. You're very 是的。Sino penso no? talking of wow. Really are you see?
我 他们这样走回来，上海他们走。
I would tire of the business. Of living here. Thank you for coming. Please watch your step. Cô vẫn em mà tôi này Hougang MRT và Hougang đặc biệt là cái nó là không phải你都要做。
Workers' Party! Please continue to move and do not crowd around this area. Please continue to move and do not crowd around this area.
Workers' Party! 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 Ole! 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 Workers' Party! Workers' Party!
Please move towards the pavement. We are opening the road. Please move towards the pavement. We are opening the road. Please move towards the pavement. Please move towards the pavement. We are opening the road. Please move towards the pavement. We are opening the road. Please move towards the pavement. We are opening the road. Please move towards the pavement. The bottom move to your right. Eagles coming up good.
Thank you very much. Good night.
go under the block. Let's go to the block.
He's selling cheap for $10. The amount, yeah.
Hey, no, I don't want to do it.
This one is every 5 years. The seasonal business diet.
I'm sorry, it's too sorry. Hey, 不错，为啥水啊？Foreign influence change and the Singapore foreign someone else I thought I should pass the 8 p.m. Yeah, probably that. If you can't, you can't get or you know, like, then all the way. For example, yes.
You can run for MP or
Just pass this one.
Yeah.
But then they carry me. Come to the corner.
Yeah. You never know. To make the seat larger. Yeah. 10 million. Why you house the other 4 million? Have you ever seen it?
If you like me as Minister of Defense, sure we get a land job.
No, cannot. Your house is really Guy they say really can solve. No, they change Forest City for urban fighting. They use a Forest City area as a urban fighting exercise area. Then share with your hall, share with Yes, yeah, it is. Yeah. I've seen the humans are really by photo seeing how they can adapt it. This is how it All my relatives are like, oh, wow, you come back. Yeah, then the one in China is now no longer applicable to him.
I'm curious, what one day we can go and meet Xi Jinping?
You have the status on you see Xi Jinping go and meet Anwar, all these don't know speak Chinese one also got translator one.
Because they are supporting.
Anyway. You look at the
Maybe she just, yeah, maybe she just cute. Just for you.
But it was like
why do you wake me up? You know, I'm not waking up. Don't you ever dare wake me up?
Yeah, the alarm that you set.
Yeah,
by yourself.
Sure, wait. Don't even give me a chance to like.
Hãy subscribe cho kênh Ghiền Mì Gõ để không bỏ lỡ những video hấp dẫn.